Indo-Russian Roundtable Conference. Discussion over mutual educational exchange programs. Headed by Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, His Excellency Mr. Yury Trutnev. On Wednesday, 19th June 2019, a roundtable conference was organized at Russian Center for Science and Culture in New Delhi. The agenda of this roundtable conference was cooperation in the field of education between Russia and India. This roundtable conference was headed by none other than the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, His Excellency Mr. Yury Trutnev. He is also the Presidential Plenipotentiary Envoy to the Far Eastern Federal District. The other dignitaries who graced the occasion with their presence were His Excellency Mr. Nikolai Kudashev, the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Russian Federation to the Republic of India, Mr. Nikita Anisimov, Chancellor of Far Eastern Federal University, Ms. Viktoria Panova, the Vice President for International Cooperation from Far Eastern Federal University, Mr. Fedor Rozovskiy, the Director of Russian Centers of Science and Culture in India, Dr. N. Saravana Kumar, Joint Secretary, Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, Professor S.K. Soni, Director, International Collaboration, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Professor B.B. Khanna, Director, International Division, IGNOU, Dr. Pawan Kumar, Convener, Admission Committee, University of Delhi, Mr. P.K. Gupta, the Chancellor of Sharda University, Professor Dr. S.K. Wasim, the Chairman of Rus Education, representatives of Indian Alumni Association of Russian academic institutions were also present there. The aim of this roundtable conference was to strengthen educational ties between the Far East Federal District Universities and Indian universities, thereby increasing the cooperation between the two friendly countries, Russia and India, in the sphere of education. This roundtable conference was headed by His Excellency Mr. Yury Trutnev, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Russian Federation. In his opening remarks, he told that India and Russia have been cooperating and collaborating on almost all spheres, but education has not been given that much importance. He said that there is a lot of potential not only in Russian universities but in Indian universities, and this potential needs to be revived, and collaborations in the field of education are the need of the time. He informed that Russian universities are tying up with European, American, Chinese universities, not only in the field of student and faculty exchange programs, but are tying up for conducting research programs as well. Mr. N. Saravana Kumar, Joint Secretary, Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Human Resource Development, apprised the audience about the initiatives taken by the Indian government for improving collaboration in education with various countries. Mr. N. Saravana Kumar told about the initiatives of Government of India like Spark, Gyan and Gyan Plus programs for inviting foreign faculties to India and for sending Indian faculties to visit various foreign institutes for teaching short-term programs. He also informed the guests that all these programs are completely funded by Indian government.
Similarly, we have a program called GYAN, that is Global Initiative of Academic Network. So in that, we want more reputed Russian faculty to come over to Indian universities for short-term teaching assignments. We have a program running that's called Study in India program. That aims at attracting more foreign students to come over to India. So we are planning to offer some short-term courses also on India-centric subjects like yoga, spirituality, philosophy, language, in which I am sure more Russian students will be interested to come over to India to study them.
Mr. Joint Secretary proposed that there should be a joint working committee to be set up between India and Russia to improve and enhance the mutual collaboration in the field of education. His Excellency Mr. Yury Trutnev, the Deputy Prime Minister, agreed on the proposal of joint committee and assured the panel members that this proposal will come into action within a month. Moving ahead, Professor S.K. Soni, Director, International Collaboration, Jawaharlal Nehru University, informed the members that there is a Russian Russian language department in their university, offering not only undergraduate but PhD courses as well in Russian language. The university has already signed MOU with 5 Russian universities and is working ahead to collaborate with top Russian linguistic schools. Mr. P.K. Gupta, Chancellor, Sharda University, informed the audience that Sharda University is one of the leading private universities in India, offering various short-term courses to international students. Recently, they have established a campus in Uzbekistan. They want to induce a program through which number of Russian students can come to India to study short-term Indian-centric programs. The university is planning to establish a campus in the Far East Federal District of Russia with the support of the government of Russian Federation. Mr. P.K. Gupta informed the audience that all international students who come to Sharda University for studying these short-term courses are being provided free accommodation, fooding and transfer facilities, all funded by Sharda University. Professor Dr. S.K. Vashim, the chairman of Rus Education, apprised the audience that there is a need for fruitful conclusions out of this conference. He also informed the audience that there are 12 Commonwealth of Independent States where small country like Kyrgyzstan has 12,000 Indian students, Georgia 8,000 Indian students and Kazakhstan almost more than 10,000 Indian students. Among all these states, Russia is the most advanced. Therefore, the number of Indian students in Russia should also be increased. He informed about the steps taken by Rus Education in supporting this cause. He gave an example of Perm State Medical University, where Rus Education, along with the support of local Russian government and the university, is constructing a campus that will accommodate around 6,000 students, not only from India but from different corners of the world. He also informed that Rus Education is committed to help Russian universities getting more and more Indian students joining their programs. Professor Dr. S.K. Vashim also proposed of building such campus in Far Eastern Federal District with the help of Russian government, and he promised that Rus Education will help in increasing the number of Indian students in various Russian universities, particularly in Far East. His Excellency Mr. Yury Trutnev, the Deputy Prime Minister of Russian Federation, concluded by saying that he was happy to note that the Indian government is actively working in enhancing the already existing friendly relationship between India and Russia through the medium of education. All participants expressed their satisfaction with the initiatives taken in the Roundtable Conference and decided to work in full collaboration and cooperation with each other. This Indo-Russian Roundtable Conference was actively managed by Air Marshal Dr. Pawan Kapoor, the Vice Chairman of Rus Education. The dignitaries were felicitated and welcomed by Mr. Fedor Rozovskiy, the Director of Russian Center of Science and Culture, Professor Dr. S.K. Vashim, the Chairman of Rus Education, and Dr. Dinesh Singla, the Director of Rus Education.